The earthquakes in the whole Iceland seems a little bit slower than the previous update that I had. And I had it a few days ago. This is the IMO update I'm talking about. And you can see this is North Atlantic. You can see that all along the plate boundary we have earthquakes. Recently that's reduced in the Reykjanes Peninsula especially. Most of the concentration is actually in the Krýsuvík area, volcanic system of the Krýsuvík, which is now subsiding because of the earthquakes. You can see that in the Reykjanes Peninsula, I show that GPS data and the interferometer shows that we don't have much uplift in respect to the previous reference point of the 9th of October. So it's quite calm in that sense. And we have the information that from the previous eruptions that we had around 31 to 96 or 99 million cubic meters of the magma was necessary to build up enough pressure to actually erupt. So there is a big uncertainty in this interval. So there is a possibility that we have the eruption in the late October to the early November, anytime between 1st to the 10th of the November. Next update of the IMO, surprisingly, will not be other than in the 11th of the November. So there is a chance that we have in this period of time that we will see a lot of steam rising due to the precipitation on the hot lava, creating this steam. It may be normal, but we have in the previous cases something like that happening. The latest data shows that the risk assessment stays the same. In the fissure area, we have the highest risk and the risk reduces as we go further away from it. So this is the latest update on that. And also, this is the text of the brief update. I have the full update in the description part and also in the YouTube post section that you can see that there is some uncertainty. As I mentioned, the next update will be November 11th. Krýsuvík is actually some earthquakes continuing. The land is sinking in that area, building a magma chamber. So porosity of the rock is practically increasing. So in the Svartsengi, we don't have that much uplift at the moment. And this is all that we can say at the moment. So we have 14 million cubic meters of the magma under the Svartsengi, multiplied by 3 density of the basalt almost. That makes it to 42 million cubic meters or megaton of magma. The Reykjanes Peninsula of Iceland is shaking. This is the place that we have the boundary between the two continents and two plates, Eurasia and Americas. And earthquakes are happening at the moment, concentrated in the area of the Krýsuvík volcanic system here. Not in the Svartsengi volcanic system, which we expect an eruption there. In Krýsuvík, we have the shattering and building of a magma reservoir. What we are looking for is to see the movement of the magma in the Svartsengi volcanic system. When the magma moves, it cracks the ground. Bubbling of it creates pressure and cracks the ground. And these pressures are picked up by our seismograms. At the moment, what we are picking up is what I call as caterpillar effect. That is where the road working machinery are actually working there, and they have started recently. It means the eruption is near. What we are seeing in the other geophysical data, which shows the uplift of the ground, is important. In the Krýsuvík, we have some activity. In the Svartsengi at the moment, the spread of the magma is even toward the north and south, as you saw in that diagram. If we go into the GPS data, raw analysis of the vertical movement, we come to the conclusion, if we are following a pattern of the previous eruptions, it's quite possible that we will have an eruption by the end of the October, early November. Early means anything between 1st of the November to 10th of the November. That's the date that I think probably we will have an eruption based on the data that you can see here, GPS extrapolated from that, the intersection of two lines. Probably we will have eruption. At the moment, we are seeing that usual pattern of the steam rising from the area of the fissure happening. And that was where you saw it. And it's quite possible the eruption is near. Pressure is building up a lot.